and welcome to Artist and the Pen. My name is Courtney Renee, and I will be your host today. And today I have with me Mr. Earl Street.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I am doing well.
Doing
Thank you for
well.
asking.
That's good. That's good. And you're here to talk about some projects you have going on.
Yes, we're here to talk about this first project, the Urban Chronicles. Politics as usual.
Okay.
This is my baby. This is,
It's your baby.
it's
Okay.
my baby. I love it.
So, what is it exactly? Explain to me what it is.
It's a coming of age novel. It deals with I won't call it inner city, but because it does take, it's for the most part set in Prince George's County versus in an urban area. But
Okay.
what it is, it's just coming of age, dealing with issues that young adults as well as older adults deal with, and how those issues mirror each other. So it's not just a generational thing. This is a people thing.
Okay. So, where can we find this urban novel?
Well, as of now, like I'm actually situated with my ebook. Just haven't released it yet. But once I set a release date, it could be found on any of the Ingram affiliate sites. So
Okay.
Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, Create Space, and Lightning Source. You can find them there. And I also like to get it on iBooks, but that's a whole nother process. Yeah, that's a
Whole nother monster to tackle.
all new ISBN numbers and all that. Like it's
Too much.
it's
Right
a lot.
now.
Right now. Yeah.
Okay. So you said it's about not technically the inner city, but around this area.
Yeah.
How much research did you do for this book?
Well,
And what kinds of research did you do?
a lot of it was recall, in a sense that looking back at myself, my experience of people I grew up around, experiences of people that you might hear about on the news, or you watch some of these DVDs or movies that come out and they're loosely based on people, and you just pick and pull from things that speak to you, or things that mirror some things that you might have been through, or people you know that have gone through, and then you just
Okay.
expand it.
Okay, so what percentage of the book would you say is mirrored in your life?
A good 35%.
35%.
Yeah, a good 35%.
Okay. I hope it's good, the good stuff.
It's a little bit of both, because we all do dumb stuff when we're teenagers
This is
and
true.
early 20s.
That's very true. Do you have any other books out or anything you've written?
No, I have two more, because this one I was telling you about is part of a series. There's two more that's coming behind it. They're finished, need to be edited, but as far as concepts, plots, and story, they're done.
Okay. I'm sorry. What's the name of the book so everybody
This
can
first
know?
one is, the subtitle is Politics as Usual,
Okay.
and the series title is The Urban Chronicles.
The Urban Chronicles.
Yes.
Okay. That sounds interesting. What if you had to classify it in a genre, what genre would you put it in?
Wow. Would you mind describing what you mean when you say genre? Cause
Genres like like mystery, murder mystery, a love story.
I would call it, my fault. The average person would probably call it urban fiction, but
Urban fiction.
it's bigger than urban fiction, because there's a lot of suspense in there.
Okay.
There is mystery in there. Not only that, it's reminiscent of the narrative style of writing. So I can't really put it all in just urban fiction. It's a combination of a lot of elements from different genres.
It's a mashup of a
It's a
whole.
mosh pit.
It's a mosh pit of everything. Okay. So when did you decide to become a writer? How about let's hear that.
Well, I never really decided. It's a talent that just haunted me my whole life. Growing up, when I was younger, book reports, essays in school, they just came with ease. And then when you get projects in your English classes where, just write a short story, it came with ease. You notice you get B's and A's and you're not even trying. Like, you're just last minute, 15 minutes before class starts, you banging out 10 pages like it's nothing.
Right.
So it's just something that just haunted me. My aunt made a suggestion a few years back that I should just go all the way with it, and that's when all this started to come together.
Okay, so your aunt pushed you into this direction. Do you thank her for that, or how do you?
Yes, I thank her for it. I also thank a lot of other people for it, because there were hints. Like, I've always been told that I write well, and I just, it's just for nerds. You had that kind of thing. But then when I finally just accepted, I'm a nerd, a geek for real. So I just accepted it and started to really pursue this writing field.
Okay. So tell me more about the book. Just a little bit more in depth, like character names. Give me some character names.
Okay. I'll give you my four main. And this is where part of that 35% comes from.
Okay.
So if you know the initials of my main character, his initials REBW. My initials are REBW.
Okay.
But his character name is Ernest Bernard Walker. My name's Earl Briggs Wilson.
Okay.
So and he's a product of the foster care system. But he dreams big. And he has a lot of people, the three other characters, Bernardino, Kaimani Shakur, and Calvin. Calvin is he's law enforcement, but he works undercover, and he and Temper get close together, really, really tight. And Calvin more or less tries to push Temper towards leaving his life alone and really pursuing his passions and his dreams. However, Bernardino and Kaimani, who are like his father figures, they're kind of like, nah, this is the life you chose, you stay in this life. So you see that conflict going on centered around Temper, but everybody else feels those same conflicts as well.
Okay. So what do you plan on doing in the future past these three books you have coming out eventually?
Currently, outside of the creative projects that I have going on, I'm working on completing my certification in secondary education, English.
Okay.
So I want to teach high schools. But I would much rather do some mentoring.
Some mentoring.
Yes, I'd much rather do like a mentoring network.
Of who? Like young men, young
writers,
men and women?
Young men, old women, infirmed
Just anybody.
men, just anybody who has something meaningful to give to somebody who needs it. That's like really what I want to get into, and I want to use all tools at my disposal: writing, literature, drama, radio, music, all tools at my disposal.
So you just want to be everywhere.
Renaissance man. Yeah.
Everything. Okay. So speaking of doing everything, everywhere, do you plan on like getting your books made into movies?
Yes. For every endeavor that I pursue with literature, drama, as far as movies, have to go with it. So movie I might not even tackle it in the next 5 years or so, but I will tackle it. So it's about getting the buzz up for it, getting the finances together for it and all that. But yes, that's in the works, that's in the plan.
Okay, so what are your ambitions for your writing career?
Well, I want to write a sci-fi piece, to be honest with you. I really want to write like some sci-fi, like take, like, I'm sorry. No, but I really want to do something similar to like Elysium.
Okay.
But not, it's very similar to Elysium, just very similar to Elysium. But instead of having it where people are fleeing the Earth and going to the spaceship, orbiting the Earth, like people stay on the Earth and they kick all the undesirables out and put them in space stations orbiting the Earth. Okay. So I want to do something like something along those lines.
That should definitely be interesting. So what writers have inspired you in your writing career?
You want the whole list or just a few?
Give me, well, let's start with a few.
Well, the first and foremost, the most inspiring writer I've ever ran across is Richard Wright.
Okay.
I read His Native Son for the first time when I was 16, junior high school.
Yeah.
I didn't have to read the book. Like, it wasn't an assignment. It was just I was interested, and I heard about it, heard what it was going on in the book. Around that time, I was, leaning so far to the left as far as like socialism. So when I heard those concepts were in the book, I just had to read it. I was hooked. Went on to read all of his books, Black Boy, his autobiography, like read a lot of his books, and that just opened the floodgates for reading all kinds of authors after him.
Okay, so who else? Give me,
Well,
let's have some
contemporary authors?
Yeah, let's do contemporary.
I like Robert Ludlum.
Who's he?
He is the father of the Bourne series. He wrote Icarus Agenda. He wrote Andromeda Strain. No, my fault. That's Michael Crichton. I'm sorry.
Oh,
that wasn't Robert
wrong
Ludlum.
person.
I'm sorry. I gave him the wrong book.
It's all right.
But he wrote Icarus Agenda, and he wrote the whole Bourne series.
Okay.
Like, the whole Bourne series.
Oh, that's. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And his style is beautiful. Like, his books are like literally like this thick. But they're not hard reads. Like, they're not tedious.
Okay.
The words flow, and that's where I want to go. I don't, the 255-page book is nice, but I like epics. Like, I want to write.
So that's where you want to head in the future. You want big books.
Yeah, it might take you 2 years to finish reading it, but when you finish reading it, you're like, this is a beautiful piece here.
Okay. Anybody else?
Well, that was my contemporary guy.
Okay.
As far as the style of writing that I'm currently residing in right now, I would have to say Shannon Holmes. He wrote Be More Careful. He wrote Bad Girls. I like his writing. I like Quan Fourier. He wrote, it's been a while since some of his books came out. He wrote Animal. He wrote Between Brothers. He wrote Gangster. And few of his titles are escaping me right now. It's been that long since I read them. But I like him. He's a product of Rose Dog Books, though. Rose Dog Books, good publishing company, but they charge too much for their services.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I got some catching up to do on the reading side. So I'm hoping that you don't want to be one of those. I don't want to put people in a box, but there are some Black authors that are just stuck in the Black authors section of Barnes and Nobles.
No.
I'm hoping you're not going to be one of those.
No. Well, I can honestly say that the few people that I have passed this thing out to, the first thing they tell me is it's well written. Before they even tell me about story, plot, and all, they just say it's well written.
Okay.
So that in itself, because I'm a big urban fiction reader, like I love that genre. But I noticed that the voice of those books is a particular voice, and that isn't the same voice for every experience of urban fiction.
Right.
But that voice is just, and I think that's what gets a lot of authors stuck in that section.
Yeah.
Because they tell their story from that voice versus telling their story from the girl that never got in trouble. But her brother has a bunch of friends who got in trouble. You tell it from that voice. That'll give the book a totally different feel. It can be marketed different. But my voice isn't like that.
Don't get stuck. I just
My
want
voice isn't
don't
like
get
that.
stuck because I want to see you. I want to see you all over the place.
Right.
Okay. I want to see you in Barnes and Nobles and Walmart, and Target,
Yes.
everywhere.
Yes.
Just in every section. Okay.
Yeah, all sections. Like
every
you find me in
section.
suspense, you find me in thrillers. Like that's where I want to go. Like I don't want to be put in one little box. I want to be. He tackles all genres and writes well in those genres.
Right. Okay. And when can we expect a release date? Not sure yet.
I'm looking spring, probably April, May. I definitely want to get it out before the summertime comes. Business reasons. Once you get into late summer, you start getting the holiday season. It's peak time for book buying. So I definitely want to get it out before so I can get a buzz established by the time book season hits.
Well, I look forward to seeing your book, reading your book. Okay. Everybody go look for it when it comes out. And
if I may, I can be found Facebook, Earl Street. I could be found Twitter, Earl_Street. I could be found at Instagram, Earl_Street. All links to any entity that has my name on it can be found at those 3 locations.
All right. Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
And this is Artist and Pen, everybody.